Welcome back to another iteration in our video series, Chat Patwah. Today we're going to look at some conversational articles, words, greetings, and phrases that we use subconsciously while we communicate in Patwa. If this is your first time here, things may sound a bit foreign to you, since each lesson builds on the previous, but you can go back to our YouTube homepage, find your comfort level until you're able to catch up to us. In today's lesson, we're going to go over a few items that will enhance your comfort level within Patwa. We'll look at that notorious sound every Jamaican makes, known as kissing your teeth, common words used to gather thoughts, and validation phrases used constantly and sometimes even overused. Okay, so starting with that notorious sound we make. Kiss me teeth, also known as kissing one's teeth. If you get a chance, check out this YouTube video on the left. It details perfectly what it is and how it's done. What is its purpose? We make this sound to convey anger, disappointment, disdain, disbelief, irritation, disapproval, sarcasm, and the likes. It can be used in a positive circumstance, but for the most part, it's negative. It's done by biting down on your teeth, puckering your lips, and sucking air past your tongue. We are experts at this, and you will hear this a lot. Okay, so here are a few examples where it applies. The party them done? The car run out of gas? What kind of report car this? You think me a fool? Want my money now? Okay, so moving on to some of the basic words we use in conversation to gather our thoughts. We use inner, which is a combination of the words you know. Boy, which is boy, but gets a W between the B and O. This is unique. Yo, for hey, and A, also for hey. So let's check each one out individually. So looking at inner, it always comes at the end of a sentence whenever that sentence is a statement. So, for example, a 5 times me call him and him not pick up, A Obama, the first black president, $1,000 for that, Whenever you know starts a sentence, then it's just, you know. So, in asking if you know someone or something, it would be, you know Trevor Williams? Or if you're taking your car to a mechanic for the first time who you don't trust 100%, you know about car? Statements that start with you know is actually followed by say, which means say but is always used in place of that. So for example, you know some no know, which is you know that I don't know. You know some broke, you know that I'm broke. This is another good spot to pause if you want to review further. Next, we're going to look at the word boy, one of the most overused words in Patwa. Boy is used to start sentences, to answer questions. By itself, when you're at a loss for words, it's a term of endearment, even to demean and disrespect. Even though it's used with women, it's understood that they're not being referred to as male. Here are a few examples where boy is used. Boy, wonder who that? Boy, me no know. Daddy, you remember how to do algebra? Boy. In terms of endearment, your parents, no matter how old you are, especially your mom. Boy, come give me a hug. And in terms of disrespect, outside of earshot of the police, of course. The police boy, I pull you over, Any profession followed by the words boy or gal is the meaning in Patwa. You may want to be careful if you choose to do so, but this is another good checkpoint to pause and review. So next up, looking at the word yo. This is a super informal greeting or way to get someone's attention. Make sure you're familiar because this is usually exchanged between friends, family, acquaintances, or someone you're equal to. It's taken as very disrespectful if used inappropriately. This also can be used at the beginning and ending of sentences. So, for example, Yo, what time the game a start? Me no know, yo. Yo, Dwayne, how feel your party taste? It nobody know. Moving on to the word a. This is also super informal by itself, but paired with a salutation, it becomes acceptable. It can also be used by itself in a stern tone to convey assertiveness or displeasure. When paired with the word boy or gal, it becomes demeaning. So, for example, informal, hey, why you drive so fast? Formal, hey daddy, me can borrow the car? And the meaning, hey gal, and me I talk to? This is a good spot to pause and review what you've learned so far before we move on to the final segment of the lesson. Moving on to greetings and common validation phrases. Greetings in Patwa are usually endearing or complimentary, as we usually like to elevate each other when we greet. They also change with the culture and the times. So, for example, in the 80s, it would sound like, Wagwan Star, Wagwan Dan, Wagwan Big Man. Now, in the 90s, it would be more like, Wagwan My Youth, Wagwan Brethren, Wagwan Article. Now, from the 2000s to current, it sounds like, Wagwan my general, Wagwan my boss, Wagwan my lad. And the one greeting that has stood the test of times, Wagwan my brother, which is, what's going on my brother. Pay attention to this section because most Jamaican Patois conversations almost always require validation. These also change with the times and the culture. We also have a tendency to make some of our S's sound like Z's. For example, in the 80s and 90s, the word we use in conversation the most for validation was seen. It later morphed into zine before it was retired. In a sentence, sounds like, hold that drink here for me. Seen, which means hold this drink for me. Okay? From the 2000s to the current, we use phrases like, you understand, which is self-explanatory. You see me, which is, you see me, figuratively speaking. You see what me I say, which is, you see what I'm saying. This is what it would sound like in a conversation. Yo, last week me come back from New York, you know. You understand? Over there calling on my brother. You see me? Me did have on 3 coat and still did a freeze. You see what me I say? This is a great time to pause and review. You will be hearing this a lot in conversations. Alright, so quick review before we get out of here for this lesson. We went over a notorious kiss me teeth sound that we make in conversation. We looked at the words we use together, thoughts, boy, yo, and a. We went over greetings from the different eras and phrases commonly used at the ending of sentences for validation. These little gems will definitely help your understanding of Patwa and make its comprehension a lot easier. So right now we're at the end of lesson 5. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so that whenever the new lessons come out, you'll be the first to know. And please leave us a comment to let us know how we're doing and what you think so far. You can find us online at chatpatwah.com or like us on Facebook, or you can also follow us on Instagram. So once again, thank you guys for hanging out with us. And as always, take it easy.